नमः। ॐ सुन्दरसेतवे 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 नमः। Please be seated, everyone. Om Sundarasetawe Namaha. While meditating, our mind should go on great topic, great divya form. To save Sitama, to know the location of Sitama, Hanuma, he climbed Mahindra Mount, increased his beautiful form, and all the Gandharvas, Rushiganas, Vidyadharas, they stood in the sky and looked at that beautiful form of Hanuman, who increased his form and ready to jump from the top of Mahendra Mount. So let us meditate upon that beautiful form. Vidyadharas, they are able to see. Soon we are going to see that great divine form. So imagine that you are sitting in front of that great big statue of Hanuman, and cool breezes saying hi to you, Father of Hanuman, inviting you to see the beautiful great Divya Murti. So you are sitting here, but think that you are sitting outside and looking at the great, beautiful form of Hanuman, who is raising himself maximum to the sky level in experiencing the bliss of paramatma. Let us meditate upon that and try to utilize the valuable time in the presence of Amar. Om Sundarasetawe Namaha. 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 Continue it. I just say whatever I am seeing. You also can think that. Om Sundarasetawe Namaha. Om Sundarasetawe Namaha. Om Sundarasetawe Namaha. Om Sundarasetawe Namaha. Om Sundarasetawe Sundarasethave Namaha. Om 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 Sundarasethave Namaha. Constantly, slowly, he increased his form. All the Vanaras became like small ants in front of him. When we go outside and see that beautiful form, our size will be like that. He increased his beautiful form for the sake of Paramatma, Kainkaryam, for the sake of his friends. Same way, Hanuma is going to come here for the sake of Perumal, Ashtalakshmi Amavaru, and for the sake of the devotees who are eagerly waiting for the arrival of him. So let us go near Hanuman. Look at the beautiful feet, which is reachable for our height. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. His feet will be very, very stiff in doing whatever he supposed to do. Padbhyam drudham avasthanam kritva sa kapikunjaraha nikuncha karanau. So he closed his eyes, ears, not to listen unnecessary things. He gathered all the power, kept at his hrudayam. His eyes are looking at the target, focusing on Sita Ma only. Sita Ma is there in island Lanka. We also hided in this body. So Hanuma is going in search of her to rescue her. So our travel should go towards the soul, which belongs to Paramatma. Our manas is the Rajoguna manas filled with Rajoguna. It's Ravana, abducted by her. Our mind is cheating, not allowing us to close our eyes, not allowing us to chant Divyanamam of Hanuman. So now let us again meditate upon Hanuman to help us to cross the high security and reach Sitama. He Namaha. Om Sundarasetave 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 Namah. Continue. We always think that I am doing, but Hanuma is telling us we are not doing. He is making us to do. Be instrumental in the hands of Paramatma. To tell us, he says, I am the arrow. I go reach my target as the arrow released by Ramachandra Prabhu. The power of Rama is the power of arrow. The goal of Rama is the goal of arrow. The direction of Rama is the direction of arrow. Arrow is not having anything. Same way, Hanuma also thinks that I am the instrumental. I am just a tool in the hands of Paramatma.
Om Sundarasetave Namaha.
Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Om Sundarase. That is the secret behind his success. He never thinks that I am doing. He always thinks that Paramatma is making me to do any activity. That's why he becomes a Karya Siddhi, Hanuman. He can do, he can make any activity to be successful, any mission. He comes with success only because he never thinks that I am doing. For the sake of Vanaras, for the sake of Ramachandra. He don't do for the sake of him. After doing also, before doing to that act, doing that act also, he always his focus will be, it's called prajna, it's called sattvika tyagam in Vedic terminology. I am just tool. He is making me, he is going to make me instrumental in doing wonders. So that is a great lesson we have to learn from Hanuman. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. 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 Hanuma is the opposite to the laziness. Always active, not being hyper, active in doing good, useful to the society. When he do some activity, it influences the people around him. They also get motivated. When Hanuma jumped from that Mahendra mount, very strong rooted trees also followed him. So, well, strongly rooted in the worldly things. But when you come near Hanuma, you also flew for some time without knowing that you are doing wonders. So that is the greatness of Hanuman. Namaha. Om Sundarasetave 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 Namaha. We all are travelers, and Hanuma shows where to travel. Self-realization. Know yourself, that you belongs to Paramatma. Go in search of yourself. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Our senses always go outside, but less people like to focus inside. Inner world is bigger than outside world. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Setave Namaha. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Majority people won't try to go inside, keep their focus inside. Even though they try, there will be many problems, like Mainaka, Surasa, Simhika. But how to handle those situations, those things, Hanuma shows. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. 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 Pravrittiresha Bhutana. Everyone knows how to use their senses. Data. We need not to have any training for that. But Nivrittistu Mahaphala. If you are able to focus in and able to see about this which is hidden under in the body and how to travel towards it. If you know, if you are able to travel with Hanuman, you see that Sundaram. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Atma Saundaryam. Sundarasetave Namaha. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Om Sundarasetave Namaha. Sundarasetave. कल्याण निधये निधयेऽर्थिनाम् श्रीवेङ्कट निवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम् पालित सप्तलोकी निर्वाहकोरकितनेम कटाक्षलीलाम् श्रीरङ्गहर्म्यतलमङ्गलदीपरेखाम् श्रीरङ्गराजमहिषीम् श्रियमाश्रयामः तुल्यवेगम् जितेन्द्रियम् बुद्धिमताम् वरिष्ठम् वातात्मजम् वानरयूथमुख्यम् श्रीरामदूतम् शिरसा नमामि द्वैतसिद्धान्तप्रचारैकविहारिणे श्रीमन्नारायणाचार्य स्वामिने नित्यमङ्गलम् यावत् प्रपञ्च सम्पूज्य चरणाय महात्मने श्रीमन्नारायणाचार्य यतिराजाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलाशासनपरैर्मदाचार्य पुरोगमैः सर्वैश्च पूर्वैराचार्यैः सत्कृतायास्तु मङ्गलम् जय
Jai Srimanarayana. If you're here today and you have been a donor for Alok in Houston, can I kindly request you to go to the front desk in the lobby and collect a token and come back and sit on this side to the right side of the auditorium? Jai Srimanarayana.
Jai Srimanarayana. Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Sriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Jai Srimanarayana to you all. Should we start with a small bhajan? Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana Jai Jai Sriman Narayana Jai Jai Jai. बोल लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की, सीतारामचंद्र महाराज की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, रामानुज स्वामी जी महाराज की, समस्त भक्त वृंद की जय श्रीमन नारायण। प्रिय भगवत बांधवों, back here. We came here during the mid-August, and during the time we were here for almost 30 days, just touring to different parts of US. After 5 years, we came then, and we met with many of our Bhagavad Bandhus in different parts of US. But when we came here, we met with Mr. Arun Sharmaji, of course, who is based from Houston only, and who wanted to conduct an event called Ramlila Utsav, and said, Swamiji, you should come for that because you are going to have a big project here, and our project is also related to that, and you can inform about it to all of them, and let interested people get know towards that event. So why can't you come again for that? He invited us with a good heart, and just we are here exclusively for that function. We are here, and we all know very well we are going to have the Statue of Union. That is the statue of the mighty and dedicated Hanuman coming amidst us for us. And it is a very, very enthusiastic moment for all of us to have Hanuman amidst us. And we discussed about that also during our last visit here. Hanuman is not just a devotee of Lord Rama, but he was very, very relevant today for us. Where are we now? In what kind of situation we are now? We see a lot of disaster around us made by humans, not by other creatures. We are the real culprits. We damage everything around us. We studied a story from the Panchatantra stories when we were young. A foolish guy sits on the branch of the tree and cuts inside the branch of his own branch, his own tree, and not knowing that he's going to fall. This, maybe they made a story of the day, but that's what exactly today we are doing. And when we ask our people that who is the one that contaminating the water, we proudly say that is we. And who is the one corrupting the soil with lot of chemical stuff? And shamelessly we say we. And who is cutting the trees which are giving us the life? And we say that's we. And who is able to speak lies? And we are proud enough to say that we. No other can do these kind of things. No other species ever do these kind of things, right? But only we, the human beings, do these kind of things always. And of course, many people speak so many things with regard to the taking care of the water, taking care of the soil, taking care of the animal, and taking care of many things. But literally, are we really caring for them? It's the very biggest question. We talk about the paper, and for each paper we need to cut many trees, but we use the paper and we throw the paper also. We do a lot of stuff which we know very well is really not needed. We're doing all these kind of things out of our greed and to fulfill our luxurious desires. Many a time, I say. Undoubtedly, there are few things we do for our need, but what we do for our need is maybe 10% of what we consume. So it is a need today. I think many scientists are talking about, and many social workers are talking about, take care of the water. Vriksho rakshati rakshita, jalam rakshati rakshita. And everybody started, in olden days, dharmo rakshati rakshita. Now everybody forgot that. And then nowadays, everybody started talking something, vriksho rakshata, jantu rakshata rakshata. Whatever they feel like, they start doing raksho rakshata rakshata. So everything raksho rakshata rakshata. These type of things became pretty common when we are in the society. But are they really standing for those values? When the question comes, the answer is, very painful. So we needed Hanuman now. We needed Rama now. Why we need Rama? It's because probably, as per the scientists, it's 1.75 million years ago. There was a person called Rama. Do you know the age like that? Nowadays, people started talking so many things. But as I told you, I think last time when we were here, there is a bridge in between the Indian southern tip and Sri Lankan northwestern tip, which is covering almost 33.3 miles. And width is 3.3 miles. 1:10 proportion. Right? 3.3, 33.3. 3.3 is the width and 33.3 is the length of the bridge, which is just like a bow, as if a bow is just kept in between. I think you can get it in the Google Maps, and you see exactly it looks like a bow. In the bow shape, they found the location which is nearer, and that's how those people in that time made it, which of course maybe people knowing that before 100 years later, I think many of us forgot that in total. But of late, The NASA people found that bridge, and then in their own website, they wrote that 1.75 million years ago, the time carbon dating said 1.75 million years, and this talks about the life, evolved life of man was there in the southern part of India, by which we need to rewrite the human history. That's what they mentioned. I don't know why they removed. Later, it was removed from the NASA page. But we saw when it was present in the NASA website. But somebody said later it was removed. I think probably you need to find out. But we read it during the time when it was present there. They said 1.75 million years ago, which exactly matches with the traditional time which is given for yugas. The age of this Kali Yuga, which we are in, is 432,000 years. Into 2, age of Dwapara. Into 3, age of Treta. So if you add all these 3, it goes to almost 1.75. And so far, the Kali did not complete. Only 5,000 years we passed out of 432,000. Only 5,000. And in what part of Treta Rama was there, we exactly do not know. Because the age is almost 1.2 plus 1.25 million years for that Treta Yuga. In that, which part of the age, because he lived, it is said in Ramayana, Dasavarsha Sahasrani, Dasavarsha Setani cha, Ramo Rajyam Upasitva, Brahmalokam Prayasyati. I mean, 11,000 years, the period what Rama lived on this planet, Earth. So, which 11,000? Is it the beginning 11,000, middle 11,000, ending 11,000? We really do not know. So, what they identified the NASA people and presented that in their website, like 1.75 million years, is something matching with that. They understood. And they very clearly said that they call it as Adam's bridge. You know? And Adam was not there before 1 million years, interestingly. But, the first man, what they conceived is Adam. So they named it after Adam's bridge. But that's okay. It makes no difference for us anyway. But their point of view is that man with evolved technology, where he can construct a natural bridge cutting through the seas. This kind of technology is available in the day. The bridge is still alive. Our people are also making so many bridges. Before inauguration itself, the bridges are getting collapsed. So when this is the technology we have today, and in that time, what they call the old barbaric time, they people made a bridge which is pretty much living today. And the proportion what Ramayana has given, 100 yojanas length, 10 yojanas width, 1:10 proportion. That's what exactly is seen today. 33 miles, 33.3 miles length, 3.3 miles width, 1:10. This exactly matches with that. Man was living with evolved technology and with a lot of moral strength and sattvic power. And that is what Ramayana talks about, a person called Rama. And when you look at the story of Rama, it is very, very enlightening to all of us that Rama was loved by one and all, not just human beings, but even animals. Even the nature loved him. Nature loved one person. Do you believe in it? Have you ever seen any love from the plants? Have you ever seen that? Do you expect that plants will love you? We think it is funny, a probably crazy statement, but not really. Plants do respond. If your concern is fair, you get a proper response from the plants, from the nature as well. This is what we see in Ramayana. Rama, of course, was about to be coronated, and his father, Dasaratha, wanted to coronate him because Rama completed 24 years of his age. His marriage was conducted at his 12th year. You should not speak about your law now. It's not minority and majority. Today morning, somebody was talking with us. Swamiji, what about the minors? In our country, we consider these as minors and stuff like that. I said, who cares your minority or your majority? Our assessing the minority and majority is something different. It depends upon how evolved you are. And if you are evolved, you are considered as a major person. If you are not evolved, no question of age, you are considered as a minor stuff. Rama's marriage was done at his 12th year. Sita's age, maybe 8 years. Maybe 8 years. And you may think it is funny, but it is true. By the time how Rama evolved is what you need to understand. When his father said, "Hey Ram, go along with Vishwamitra," with no second word, he just simply followed his father's word. Walked along with Vishwamitra through the forest. And on the first day, that evening, they reached the river Sarayu. On the banks of Sarayu, he organized a few leaves of the plants, organized a bed and said, "Rama, please, after your Sandhyavandan is over, sleep there." He didn't say, "Swamiji, Guruji, I need a bed." He didn't say that at all. Guruji instructed to sleep on that. Simply he went along with his brother Lakshmana and slept on that. Next morning, he said, "Kausalya Suprajarama Purva Sandhya Pravartate." Then he said that. And then he woke up Rama and just again started walking after the Sandhya. He wanted to take a trial, how capable Rama is in executing the things. You have some kind of tests, for everything, E set and M set and everything like that, some kind of sets for every examination. So like that, Vishwamitra, who took Rama along with him, wanted to conduct a set for him also. That is where, first of all, he gave him two mantras called Bala and Atibala. and said, remember these things properly. And if you chant these things, and you will not get tired, and no hunger or thirst will ever cause any kind of disturbance to you. You will be always okay. And immediately he repeated that mantra to Vishwamitra. And Vishwamitra was, very much delighted. My God, what a kind of ekasantagrahitvam of this boy. Ekasantagrahi means you say once, that's it. It is a photostatic memory. My goodness, he's so great, my child. And then he took them. But he wanted to see whether this guy is able to really shoot the arrows properly or not. There was a trial on Taraka. And Taraka was a demoness. And she was falling on them. And Vishwamitra said, shoot her down. And Rama was a bit of, just not ready for that, because he's a boy with power. And it is a maiden attempt on a lady, on an old lady. What a kind of thing it is. Anybody, when the first maiden attempt they make, they want to make it in a way so that, it creates a kind of impact on others. but something, an old lady, that lady, how can I kill this lady? And he was a kind of, doubt. But Vishwamitra says, hey, Ram, do it fast. Why you are thinking twice and thrice? Mm, he was in a conflict, dharma sandeha, whether to do it or not. And he was not ready really to do that. But she is falling, so he cut his hands first. Still she was coming. Cut her feet. She started rolling because she was a demon, and then she disappeared and started throwing something from the blue. And then he wanted to address to some extent and just falling on them. Then Vishwamitra said, Ram, I instructed, do it immediately. Then he said, that's okay. My father said, whatever Vishwamitra says, do it with no doubt. Do it with no doubt. Vachanam kausikasyeti, piturvachana nirdeshat. Because father said, and because it is Vishwamitra's instruction, that's okay. Whether it is dharma or adharma, why should I bother? My father said, do whatever he says, and I have to do it. After taking that decision, then only he was ready to shoot the arrows. But meanwhile, Vishwamitra was scared. If he falls on these guys, small guys, what these people will be able to do? And then he cursed on her in between. But of course, Rama was successful in his entrance test. It is an entrance test. And Rama came out of that successfully by finishing Taraka. Then Vishwamitra has given all the astras, missiles. Astra means a missile. Shastra is an instrument. Instrument is physical, but astra is not physical. It's working with command. You command and the work is done there. You need not just push the button also. It's not at the click. It is at the sankalpa it works. That's called astra. Brahma astra, right? Vayavya astra. It is like that. He got all of them, approximately about 62 astras, and immediately repeated to Guruji. And Guruji was just mesmerized. And then he wanted to know the withdrawal mantras also for that. And Vishwamitra has given. Immediately he passed on that to Lakshmana. Thus he went in. So he got a kind of acquaintance, with the forest, with the plants and stuff like that. And of course, he came back marrying Sita, lived with Sita for 12 more years. That means 13 plus 12, 24 years. Entered 13th, got married, came back, and Sita herself said, Samadvadasya tatraham raghavasya nivesane, while introducing herself to the great sage called, what is that? Atri. Atri. There she was introducing herself, and I lived with Rama exactly 12 years. Exactly 12 years. That means by the time he left for the forest, it was almost 25th year. Rama was crossing through. 25 years. He left for forest along with Sita and Lakshmana. And before that, the king, Dasaratha, was telling in his court, of course, look, the forests nowadays are all ready for Rama's coronation. Forests are ready for coronation. How? Rama is going to have his own crown. So trees are already started wearing their own crowns with flowers, expecting that Rama is going to be coronated. So it's the right time for us to conduct the coronation celebration for Rama. This is what Dasaratha announced. Chaitra Sriman Ayam Masaha Punyaha Pushpita Kananaha. It's a very beautiful word he uses. Pushpita Kananaha. That means all the trees are wearing the flowery crowns and themselves got ready to witness the coronation celebration of Rama. Such was the situation. Forests are with lush green and beautiful flowers. But after just a week days, do you know the situation? We know what happened in the story. Rama didn't receive the crown, but the muhurtam that was fixed for coronation became the muhurtam for leaving for forest. Same muhurta. Same muhurtam. Not for coronation, but for forest. Kausalya cries, Are, what a kind of Purohita Vasishtha was? Huh? What a kind of muhurtam that he fixed. She didn't know who really fixed the muhurtam. Do you guys know who fixed the muhurtam? It was Dasaratha. Dasaratha fixed the muhurtam, not the Vasishtha. But Kausalya didn't know that. So innocently she said, Are, why the Purohita fixed this muhurtam for you, my Rama? Kantara kanda khananam rachayeti noonam abadhavan pratisaram bhagavan vasishtha. She questions. Why? The pratisaram is the kankanam. I think many of you may be performing some celebrations in temples, right? And also in your own homes also for warming up the home or something like that. So initially, the one who comes to perform that gives you a thread, an yellow thread. So they tie to your hand. What do you call it? kankanam. This kankanam is called pratisaram in Sanskrit. Kankanam also Sanskrit, but another word for that is called pratisaram. Why Vasishtha tied that pratisaram to you, my Rama? Kausalya is crying. Maybe Kantara Kanda Khananam Rachaya. Kantara Kanda Khananam. Kantara is the forest. Kanda is the roots. Khananam is, digging that. The Pratisaram, while giving, the Sankalpa, what we take is, for this karyam, I do this. Karma karishye. You chant it, right? But what karishye? What Vasishtha said? Kantara Kanda Khananam Rachaya. Not, Simhasane Rajyam Palaya. This is a Sankalpam he is supposed to say, right? Edo Ayodhya Simhasanasya Adhipatir Bhavidam Adya Sankalpam Garishye. Something he would have said that. But he didn't say that. Probably what he said was, go to the forest and start digging for the roots, and that's how you have to lead your life. Chanting this as Sankalpa, probably the Vasishtha has tied you the Kankana, my Rama. Kausalya questions. But that is true. That is true. He said the Sankalpa like that only. What is Sankalpa? Kantara Kanda Khananam Rachaya. This is a Sankalpa. But what she thought is a different, and what Vasishtha said probably is something different. You know what Vasishtha said? Kantara Kanda Khananam Rachaya. Kanta Ra. Initially what I said is the Kantara is the forest. But now separate the words. Kanta Ra. Kanta is the wife. Ra, taking away. There, while you are in the forest, somebody will take your wife. She'll be kidnapped. She'll be abducted. Kanta Ra. Right? And his Kanda, the root of his place, is there somewhere in the Lanka. Kantara Kanda. That Kanda is in Lanka. Khananam Rachaya. You have to root it out. For that, I give this Pratisaram to you. That's what exactly it is. Rama went to the forest, but not just to lead in the life in the forest, isn't it? What did he do? He went to Lanka, and there he rooted out all the people supporting Ravana, and then came back. This is what Vasishtha has given Pratisaram to you. But she unknowingly said that. But that is what exactly it is. Okay. Rama went to the forest along with Lakshmana and Sita. Their minister, by name Sumantra, but he took them on his own chariot. And while they were going into the forest, it was again lush green. The trees are spreading their canopies so that even sun will not fall on the delicate skin of Sita. But what happened? They, the first night, stayed somewhere around Sarayu. But the next morning, they crossed the Sarayu and went to the other part of the country. And of course, they went to Ganga, river Ganga, There Rama dropped the chariot and said, Sumantra, you can go back now. I have to cross the river. And Guha was the one who helped Rama to cross the river. That's over. And Sumantra was not able to come back. You know why? Because his heart was not leaving the Rama. Rama's shadow as he was walking. Forget about himself. Even the horses were not interested to come back. In the direction Rama left, the horses were just simply glaring, just seeing that direction. And in spite of his beating them, they were not interested in returning. Concern of animals towards Rama. Forget about the human guys, but animals like horses. They were not interested to come back at all. But somehow by force, he just beat them and made them, turn around. And then slowly they started walking, walking, walking. He waited there for 7 days. You know why? He thought Rama was having a very hard and harsh heart, maybe, because he got acquaintance with the forest when he went with Vishwamitra 12 years before. But Sita was not like that. Very tender lady. Even the sun ray falls on her. I think the black color, tanning will be there. She was such a kind of delicate lady. And again, it's the forest. And there will be, it's not a fair road as you have the nice roads here, right? There will be always stones and thorns and the grass. Such kind of things will be there. What happened to Sita? Whenever she puts her foot forward and then something hits, she says, ah. Rama was not able to see that. And hence, let me wait for one day. If not for him, Rama may call me to at least take care of Sita. Hey, Sumantra, come. Okay, take Sita in the chariot. I only follow the rule, right? I walk on the ground, no problem, as my mother instructed. But let Sita be in the chariot. She cannot walk. Come on, just take care. May Rama call me. Expecting this, he waited there for 7 days on the banks of river Ganga. But no call. Rama left and left for good. Then he decided with heavy heart, I need to go back and report to the king. Then he started taking his horses back. Became very difficult for him to take them back. But with a heavy heart, they also started walking back because it was summer and the sun was pretty hot. While they were coming into the forest, the trees were very lush with green. But now they are like your winter trees here. I think if you see in the July and August, how beautiful the trees here will be, right? And if you go to the areas like Pittsburgh, the Pennsylvania area, what a kind of nice things that you can see there. Have you ever seen that? How many of you? That's great. Eastman color picture. You can see when you just are crossing through the hill terrains. But what happens during December, Jan, and February? What do you see there? Have you seen any leaf? No single leaf will be there. That's how the scene during that time, within a week, within just a week, when he was returning, because the sun was so scorching, he thought, let me take shade under some tree for some time. But there was no leaf at all in any trees. Api vrikshaha parimlanaha. Vrikshaha parimlanaha. Totally they dried up. Sapushpa ankura korakaha. No flowers, no tender leaves, and no buds. Nothing was there on the plants, on the trees. Everything was just dried and dried. He thought, come on, let me go to some river and try to drink some water because I'm so thirsty. Even my horses too. But he was not even able to reach the shores of the rivers because the vapor is coming from the rivers, as if somebody is, creating a fire under the rivers, and the water started boiling. Upataptodakaha nadya upataptaha. Tapta is they are boiling. Upatapta means not able to even reach the nearer vicinity of the river. See, if you put the water in the stove and the water start boiling and there is no cover, are you able to reach it? Nadyaha palvalani saramsicha. Not only rivers, even the small ponds, even the riverlets, the creeks, not able to reach to any of them. And the water was so boiling that he was not able to reach them at all. And then he started thinking, why this kind of situation, which was not there just before a week when I was just entering the forest? Why it so turned like this? And then he realized it's not because of the sun. It's not the impact of the sun, but it's because of the pangs of separation. Even the rivers are not able to bear with. The trees are not able to bear with. The reason being the love and concern of Rama towards them. The nature was so responsive that the love he showed, they felt it, was experienced by Sumantra at that moment. This is what Sumantra says with Dasaratha when he came back. Hey, Dasarath, you know what happened when I dropped Rama and coming back? This is the situation. This is what I have experienced. What does it say? What do you understand? Does the nature respond for you? It does. If you are serious and sincere in showing your concern towards the nature, and the nature immediately responds to you. We don't care the nature, so nature doesn't care you too. But remember, we don't care the nature, but nature never kept a blind eye towards other creatures. Understand? Though you are not caring, but nature is still caring you. With human beings, if you don't show love, the person never shows love towards you. Why should I love you when you don't have any concern for me? And then they say bye-bye. That is the human beings. Nature is not like that. The nature is always concerned for all creatures. We spoil the nature, but nature never spoiled any living organism, ever. She always loves, she always gives, she always cares. We have experienced that, not once, several times. I told you once, in Hyderabad, we were giving, several discourses. In one discourse, one day, in a public meeting, of course it is, we said, you show your love towards a plant and see how the plant responds to you. Casually, I said in a discourse. Saying discourse is easy, isn't it? People keep listening and you can speak anything you like. Whether you practice it or not, that's a different issue. Because they sit and quietly they observe and then they listen to you. And then, oh, you speak so many things. And like that, we said, you show the love and the plant reciprocates to you. I forgot it. But after 4 or 5 months, again we came back to Hyderabad. We used to live in Domalguda area then. And in Domalguda area, we have a building. And there, of course, we giving the morning Tirtha Gosti, distributing the Tirtham to all the devotees. And usually when devotees come, I think probably, they bring some fruits. Some people bring some flowers. Some people bring some dry fruits and stuff like that. One lady brought a few leaves, a bundle of leaves, just like the Totakora. When you go to the market, they sell the some kind of the vegetables, making some bundles and stuff like that in our villages. Like that, one lady bring this much of plants and in a big bundle and offered it, and she took the tirtham and left. Usually, we see that, somebody offer flowers, bananas, apples, and some kind of fruits like that. I thought these are not eatable plants, and we are not animals also. Not in why she brought this kind of stuff, and okay, just we are giving tirtham, and we continued the tirtham distribution. It finished after half an hour, and all were completed there. After that, that lady again came back. And then she said, Swamiji, I offered something. Is it here? She started searching for the leaves. And then actually the bundle is still there only. And she took and brought it to us. And we got a doubt. Are we a goat? And then she said, Swamiji, didn't you see these things? I said, of course. What are these? The leaves are this big. And she said, this is Tulsi plant, Swamiji. Have you ever seen that Tulsi leaves in this big size? What is the maximum size you see the Tulsi plant? Maybe this much. Sometimes maybe this much. It is this big. And I was a bit confused. Look like Tulsi? She said, yes, Swamiji, this is Tulsi only. I said, what a kind of the fertilizer you used to grow this big? She said, I'm sorry, Swamiji, I didn't use any fertilizer. Few months before, in the parade grounds, you said, take care of the plant. Sit 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, try to speak with the plant. This is what you said. Do you remember? I said, of course. That's what exactly I did. She grew a few Tulsi plants, seems every day. Morning she sits with the plant for 5 minutes, just chanting some names of the Lord and trying to communicate something to the plant. And same in the evening also. That's all she did. But the leaves of the Tulsi became this big. And it became our part now to get shock. She was so sincere in doing that and enjoyed the result of that. I saw that plant. And it is so true. Nature do respond if you show your concern for that. Same with other creatures also. But don't do it with a testing mentality. It may not reciprocate. Do with sincerity, you see the result. Of course, on other occasions also we experienced that Rama was like that. His concern for the nature, for the fellow beings, for animals and stuff was pretty sincere. And so they responded. Horses were not interested to return. And the trees, when Rama was left for forest, and those trees started withering, dropped all their leaves, flowers, etc. Water started boiling, not able to bear with the separation from Rama. All this happened because of his concern for the nature. Can you believe it? Today we started talking a great deal about, take care of the plant, take care of other creatures. There are so many organizations and people who focus on specific animals and stuff like that. There are so many birds as sanctuaries and animal sanctuaries where they try to preserve their lives. I don't know how far they are able to do it, but in those days, Rama was able to do that. So also Hanuman. He became devotee of Rama, not because Rama was, a person with the big height and tight and stuff like that. He was very sincere with heart, very open with heart. And so also Hanuman. And thus Hanuman was attracted towards Rama. Our Swamiji, our dear Swamiji, always used to say that, Swamiji, if you are a drunkard and the moment you go to a new place, you definitely get a drunkard team, come and join you. And if you are a gambler and you go to a new place, a gambler team will come and join you. Whatever the habit that you have, similar people will come and join you. And of course, you can continue your activity wherever you go across the world. Swamiji used to say that. Rama was such a kind of person, and hence he was able to get another person of that kind, Hanuman. He was never hated by people. We know Rama. He cut the nose and ears of Surpanakha. She did not scold Rama. Did you read Ramayana ever? You didn't. Probably. Start reading now. That is the reason why we started conducting a contest, a global contest on Sri Ramayana now. How many of you know that? Not many. A few will definitely know that. We started conducting a global contest on Ramayana of Valmiki. Valmiki. And those who enroll, for them, we kept the books open. If they know Telugu, the Telugu books. If they know English, the English word-to-word meaning of Ramayana. And if they know Hindi, and the word-to-word meaning of Ramayana of course, that's also in English, but the words are in Hindi, like that. And they can get online. Every day, we give 10 questions. Every morning, the moment you wake up, you have fresh 10 questions. And you have to choose answers. Answers also we provide. Questions we give, answers also we give. All that you need to pick up what is the right answer among the 4 or 5 that are given. Suppose your answer is wrong, nothing to worry. Your phone itself gives right answer and says where that answer is available in the text. What does it happen? It's a kind of education. The test is to educate the people, not just as to prove that you didn't know. So if you give a wrong answer also, if you give a right answer, it says fine. And if you give a wrong answer, your phone will say, or your system will say, what is the right answer and where you are able to get it. The context will be given. In this kanda and in this sarga, you find the answer. Go and see that. Every day, 10 fresh questions to, you know, get acquainted with the text. That's how just it's happening now. And end of this November, the first quarterfinals will be there online. And end of Jan, semi-finals will be there. And then the finals will be on 24th of February during the anniversary of Statue of Equality. The day fixed on 24th of February. Physical test will be conducted in Hyderabad. And the prizes altogether are 9 lakhs. Right? How much in dollars? $11,000. Right? That many prizes are given. This is for us to understand what exactly the original Ramayana talks about. Rama cut the nose and ears of Surpanakha. And Surpanakha was so upset with it. She immediately went back to her brothers. And there she started launching a complaint against Rama and Lakshmana. If you want to launch a complaint against somebody, how do you say? Huh? How do you say? You use all the filthy language, whatever you know. And then you say that, isn't it? Surpanakha wanted to say about Rama and Lakshmana to her brother when her nose and ears are cut and bleeding. She was bleeding. That's how she went there. And brother was shocked because they know her power. With her nose, she is able to kill 25 elephants. 25 elephants. You can understand what power her nose has. Such a kind of nose was cut and it was bleeding. In olden days, we used to see while laying the roads, they use tar. What you call that? Tar only, right? The black tar. They used to boil it first in the drums, creating a fire, keep the drum like this, and then they boil and they keep a hole. And then the tar keep coming. From her nose, the blood was like tar. And from her ears also, it was like tar coming from the drum. That's how she went to her brothers. Who dared to do this? Then she said, not able to criticize them. She said in Sanskrit, Tarunau, my brother, what a kind of beauty they have. Are who cut your nose? Rupa Sampannau. My God, the form is so charming. Are I ask who cut your nose? Sukumaro. My brother, the brother hold my nose to cut, no? The hand was so smooth. I ask who cut your nose? Mahabalo. With a single shot, he cut just my nose. Can you understand the power of his hand? I ask who that one? Pundarika. Visalaksha. What a kind of beauty their eyes, my brother. It is just like a real pool. I fell in that and not able to come out of that. I ask who cut that? He was, angry. And this lady started, singing songs. Beautiful songs. She used 14 qualifiers, 14 adjectives. Not 1, 2, 3. Taruno, Rupa Sampanno, Sukumaro, Mahabalo, Pundarika Visalakshau, Chira Krishnajinambaro, Phala Moolasino, Danto, Tapaso, Dharmacharino, Putro, Dasaradasyastam, Brataro, Rama Lakshmano. A car, when it's going on the highway at the speed of 150 miles an hour, and then you wanted to apply the brake, what happens? It says key and goes to almost 20 or 50 feet, and keeping a black line on the road, there it stops. Surpanakha was so caught up in the beauty of Rama. Or, I don't say just beauty, but in the nature of Rama, in the attitude of Rama, where she was not able to control herself when she opened her mouth. And then she stopped after 14 qualifiers. You can understand. And then when she went to Ravana, 14,000 people, she finished them before Rama. That is done. Then she went to Ravana, and again the same situation. And Ravana was upset. Why I gave this example to you guys? Even a person who got hurt also was not able to scold. Understand? He killed Vali, and Vali's wife was Tara. When Rama went nearer to Vali and Tara saw Rama, she wanted to just scold Rama because he killed her own husband. She was not able to say that. She started talking to Rama as if he is Lord Mahavishnu. He killed Ravana, then went along with Vibhishna nearer to Ravana. By the time Mandodari came, sat down and started crying, She saw Rama and then she wanted to just say something cursing Rama. But the moment she opened her mouth and she started saying, "Who are you? Tvam aprameyascha. You are not a common man. You are aprameya, beyond anybody's comprehension." Is it the word that you use from such people? That is Rama, I say. And similar personality is Hanuman also. That is why I took Rama's example to you. Hanuman also was a similar person. You know very well, Hanuman damaged the whole Lanka after seeing Sita, right? It damaged everything. And then, of course, Indrajit came at the end of everything. And before that, he killed, 7 the ministers and 5 the heads of the military and 1 son of Ravana. All these guys were finished. Then Indrajit came and Indrajit used Brahmastra. Because it is Brahmastra, Hanuman thought, I need to respect it. And then he was just binding himself. And then all these guys, tied him up with all the saris and stuff. And then they carried him to Ravana. And then Hanuman said, you people thinking that the Brahmastra is on me. But you don't know. Whenever you brought all the saris and stuff and tied me, then only the Brahmastra gone back. And I'm free. I can come up, but I wanted to see you. That's why I pose as if I am under the influence of Brahmastra. Anyway, I came here. I'm seeing you. You seem to be a very great person because of your capacity. What I see here, my God, this is something unimaginable. And you are fit to rule even Indra. You are so great. But Ravana, remember, Rama lost something. It was found in your home. That means you are answerable for that. Because the stolen object, when it is with you, you become answerable for that. Whether you know it or not, that's a different issue. But when it is available, you become answerable for that. And Sita was found in your house. And you are the one answerable. And be careful. You think that Sita is a normal person, but really not. She's fire. You are trying to keep a fire ball in your cloth, which is a foolish act. And you are a king. You must be knowing all the rules and regulations very well. And persons like you should not do this kind of activities. Take back Sita and hand over to Rama, and you'll be excused. Nothing to worry. Like that, in his own assembly, before his own people, Hanuman was scolding Ravana like anything. You know what happens then? What happens? All the people, all the heads of the organizations sitting in the Ravana's assembly really became mad, and they just removed their swords and tried to kill Hanuman. You know what happened then? Ravana said, "You foolish guy, sit down." See how beautifully this guy is scolding. Learn how to scold. Sit down. Hanuman, go ahead. What is this? Ravana, when was scolded in his own assembly, in front of his own people, was not able to really curse Hanuman nor punish Hanuman. Ability to convey a perfect message in a perfect way. And then being liked even by the enemy. Is it possible? Is it possible for us? Don't we have enemies? Do we have or not? Do you want to be hated by your enemies? Forget about your friends. They anyway like you. Forget about your own people. They may like you. But I'm talking about the enemies. Do you want to be hated by your enemies? If your enemies also like you, how wonderful it would be. How many of you are interested in that? That is the reason why you need to go to Hanuman. Why you need to pray to Hanuman. Why you need to have him as an example in front of you. Whatever the things that you expect, you need to have such a kind of thing in front of you, isn't it? You keep a camphor cake in your cloth and tie it up. At least it gets some kind of fragrance, isn't it? If you keep a person of such a kind of qualities in your heart and just, tie them up in your heart, don't you get some kind of fragrance? At least a little. You are a human guy. This is a lifeless stuff. Still, it gets that fragrance. When the lifeless objects also are able to get that fragrance, and you with a concern keep in your heart and try to get something out of it, won't you be able to get that fragrance? That is the reason why you need to do something with Hanuman. You need strength. You need capabilities. And you need, nice words. And you need command, respect even from your enemies. That's what is needed. So you need Hanuman. That's the purpose why we are going to have our Statue of Union here. And whoever became a part of it, definitely they get some share of it also, isn't it? That is our purpose of having the Statue of Union here. And that's how it is started. But how much we get out of it, it's absolutely left to you guys. There's no question of insistence on anybody. And there is no question of requesting anybody to. Remember, it's an option. It's a chance. It is an opportunity for us to use. How much depends upon our own fate. But what my suggestion is, get the maximum from it. We need to get the maximum benefit of anything that's around us when it is good, when it is a needed stuff in the society, for the benefit of the nature, for the benefit of other beings, and ultimately benefits us too. Definitely we have to grab it. And that's what the purpose. We came here now just to see how the statue is coming up when great stalwarts are here. who are making it to happen. And just we wanted to see, and you know, giving free suggestions, is nothing wrong in it. So we came to give a few free suggestions. Very recently, somebody said, Swamiji, you got Padma Bhushan. I said, when somebody gives it free, why you say no? So we said yes, and we got it. So similarly, when there are some people who wanted, to just join the event, that's what Arun Verma asked us to join. I said, that's okay. And here are great people who are making the statue. And when they said, just give some suggestions when it is free, come on, let's give some suggestions to them. And that's how we came here. Yesterday night we came here, of course. And tomorrow, after the event is over, we will be leaving for Dallas again, where we want to stay just for 3 days or so. And just we came only on a very, very short visit now, just to participate and see something here. And of course, meet with you all too. you know. And we are so happy with it. And I think all of you, when we came into the hall, you are all just chanting the beautiful and divine mantra. What is that mantra? Om Sundara Setave Namaha. O Hanuman, O mightiest one, be a bridge, a powerful bridge, and a beautiful and attractive bridge between us and the society around. And as you made a nice bridge in those days, which brought everyone together, thus bring all of us together in making an impact in the society, in doing greater things and achieving greater heights in the society. Bless us all. This is what we wanted to offer the prayers to the great Hanuman and also our Lord Sri Rama. And we are so happy and offer our Mangala sessions to all of you. And as I told you all, the statue of equality, which took shape by wonderful involvement of all of you, is trying to spread its message to all over. Many people are coming from different parts every day and visiting the Statue of Equality. And of course, wonderfully, they're getting benefit of their visit there. And we hope the Statue of Union here also will definitely make a wonderful impact and a change for good in the society. And let's all join that wonderful thing and bring it as fast as possible. Jai Sriman Narayan to you all. And by the way, just before we come here, we were participating in a small meeting with all the young volunteers of VD Seva, volunteering together for service, a service organization, of course, which has its branch here. And of course, in the United States, it has almost 28 to 29 branches, and one among them is here in Houston and headed by Srimati Aparna ji, and wonderful young teams are members of that, doing so many services. They are choosing different services every now and then, and they are really extending the services this year. As per their report, I think they might in 2003, they have almost conducted more than 150 events. And they prepared a very lengthy road map also for 2004. Events, after events, every now and then. Sometimes they're conducting a walkathon. Sometimes they're meeting with the organizations of local people, whether they are for blind people, for old people, like that, and participating with them in so many activities. And of course, they have given a nice and very, very encouraging report of that. And every year, they're keeping something as a target, like supporting a few blind people, or supporting a few tribal children, supporting some other cause, or probably for the cause of the health for women, like screening for the cervix cancer, and creating a kind of awareness with regard to what that is and how to, you know, uh, take care of their own health before becoming victims of such a kind of problem. And probably you guys may be knowing our this organization called VD Seva, that volunteering together for service in India. It's called Vikas Tarangini. There also it is VT. And through that organization so far, since 2010, they have created awareness and conducted the screening camps for cervix cancer for more than 2.7 million women. I don't know any other NGO, non-governmental organization, so far reached those many people or not. And they have conducted treatment for more than 500,000 women, right? And that is for cervix cancer especially. And of course, they conduct some breast cancer awareness camps. Earlier, the breast cancer was very serious and high in number, but now the statistical numbers have been changed. The breast cancer took the second place, whereas the cervix cancer topped among the women, and of course among the Indian women. And there, our volunteers are playing a very, very pivotal role in India, and these people raise some fund and support such kind of activities there. Several activities, just I gave you a couple of examples, but when there was earthquake in Nepal, they raised that fund and supported. When there was some other natural disaster, they supported that. Whenever there is a need for children to have school, they supported such kind of activity. Several service activities they take up, they conduct, and they have very wonderful youth team, and also youngsters team and elders team, and all the three work together. And in this that greater Houston, like the KT and here the ALT, and they formed as a single team and trying to do wonderful things, and headed by the experienced persons like Shailaja ji and Mr. Krishna ji also. So, annual celebration, what they have chosen here to conduct is named after Alok. In almost 27 areas, they're conducting the annual events with different names in different times. The program here is called Alok. The program in Dallas is called Tarangini, right? The program in Detroit is called Ras. So in New Jersey area, they call it Vasanta. So for each chapter, they have chosen wonderful names and they conduct those events annually by taking the help of the local people, and that's how they are doing. And probably by end of this month, I suppose, December 9th, okay, they have the event called Alok to support, I think, probably 400 and 450 children who are in need of some kind of support. And we are very happy, and we offer our Mangala Sasanams to the team head led by Mrs. Aparna Tamirsa, and the other team, like the wonderful guide is Sailaja Ji, and of course the Kubera is a lady Kubera called Prapanaji, and Manju is the secretary, youth director, and Radhaji is to reach all of you guys, to put all the information. And of course, there are many, many other team members. And for youth, they have a special wing where all the youngsters do different activities. I think everywhere the youth are doing wonderful thing. In Dallas, the youth also work with the local police people. They actually support the police people with some kind of their requirements. They also give training to these youngsters and also take their services also in conducting their activities too. So it's a vice versa. Do something, get something. Like that, they do this kind of activities. And if you go to the vtesworld.org, you can get all the information and about the different chapters, their heads, their activities, the team members, and you can get many more details there. And it seems that they are going to honor a few of their supporters and members, it seems. So we invite Aparnaji just to take the lead in introducing them here.
Jai Srimanarayana. Thank you, Swamiji, for providing the eternal wisdom on Ramayana and energizing us in preparation of the upcoming Statue of Union. We all are well reminded tonight to take care of nature, which has always been nurturing us. Tonight, on behalf of VT Seva, we are also recognizing our Alok sponsors and donors who have been instrumental in the tremendous successes of Netra Vidyalaya, our schools and colleges for the visually challenged students, and schools for the underprivileged tribal children. As we say at VT Seva, your support is our strength to serve. We would like to call upon our Alok donors and sponsors to come and receive blessings from His Holiness Sri Swamiji. And of course, we welcome you all to the Alok event on December 9th, 2023.
We'd like to just inform you something which is interesting, maybe to you also. We have a school for blind children. How many of you know that? It's called Netra Vidyalaya. We don't call it a school for blind. We call it is Netra Vidyalaya because they have a real Netra, eye, that is inner eye. They work with it. They learn on laptops and they give exams also on laptops, and they are able to play variety of games. Very recently in England, there was a World Cricket Team was conducted. Now also it's happening in some parts of India like Lucknow, right? Where India is leading, of course. India is in the top list along with South Africa, right? But even South Africa is in the second place and your India is on the first place. And of course, it's obvious always. And the cricket team conducted, the ICC conducted cricket competitions, world cricket competitions for blind. And among them, for boys and also for girls. And of course, 4 teams came finally: Pakistan, India, and Australia, and England. And of course, all the teams, they of course played, but finally, India played with Australia, and India won T20 World Cup. In that team, 3 blind girls are from our Netra. They went to that height and they responsible for winning India in the T20. Played with Australia finally and got with 9 wickets difference. Okay? And that is one thing. That means among the team, 3 girls are from Netra. And very recently, just 4 days before, I suppose, not 4 days, I think still 5 days, there was a running competitions or Asia Games in China. And for 1500 meters, our girl from Netra won silver medal, second. Lalita. The name was, the girl is Lalita. And of course, all these are from very, very poor background, from the villages. But they came to Netra, started studying, coming up very well, participate in games, get nice training, and flourishing well. And now they are in the international scenario where they got the World Cup and also a silver medal in Asia Games. And of course, the moment they returned to Delhi, the Prime Minister also met with them and wished them for good. And of course, they very recently returned to our place. And that is how the children studying in our schools, they are on the international, the scene where they are getting wonderful medals. That is happening because of the support you people are providing for their education and well-being.
Jai Shri Narayana. Truly, supporting the Netra Vidyalaya students has opened our eyes with the Mangala Shasanams of Swamiji. I'm going to read out these names. Would you all please line up and come once you hear your name? Please do not do Shashtanga Pranamam here so we can do this process smoothly. Anant and Raji Tirumala, Alivelu and Ranga Kandalam, Venugopal and Srividya Kari, Shravan and Nishita Pandari, Jayalakshmi and Sridevi Gundamaraju, Jaya Krishna and Sridevi Kundamaraju, Raja and Sunita Yadagiri, Raghu and Kusuma Hakim, Deepak and Pratima Vaditala, Venkat and Kiranmai Ganjikunta, Nagalakshmi and Prasad Paladugu, Sharmila and Pavan Achyuta, Sunita and Surender Kotta, Sriman Lokesh ji, Lata and Vijay Sangarapoina, Kamesh and Vaijayanti Nuti, Kamal and Surender Pullemla, Pratima Gubburu, Swarna Prabha, Anand and Radha Patangi, Sudha and Aravind Sambaraj, Vandana Karnala, Anushka Iyengar, Ananya Iyengar, Vijaya and Sridhar Amravadi, Sadasivarao Atota, Kameshwara Sharma Kompella, Randeep, Swati and Shravani Sambaraj, Ankamma Natella, Gautam and Sindhu Sindham, Kishore Karnam, Ramu Mallula, Shailaja and Raju Muchimilli, Satya and Vijay Jilledmudi, Vasundhara and Srinivas Vedala, Suresh and Sandhya Kaseti, Indu and Madhu Kilambi, Sravanti and Vijay Korimilli, Vijayji is also an event sponsor on behalf of Slim Healthcare Associates. Sweta and Praveen Sirivolu, Deepthi Somavarapu, Siva Jagan and Jyoti Badiga, Milind and Manasi Kulkarni, Shanmugha and Sri Lakshmi Imadi, Kumuda and Srinivas Bujja, Chaitali and Sai Grandhi, Shailaja and Damodar Tanniru, Renu and Chari Tamirisa, Sita and Rajan Madabhushi, Sobha and Prasad Gadiraju, Pravina and Vijay Sri Narasimhaya, Jyoti and Sriram Nanduri, Himabindu and Ravi Ponnapalli, Ravi and Sahitya, Ravi Kalidindi and Sahitya Gadiraju, Pravina and Kulasekhar Sribhashyam, Sarita and Rajesh Ratnala, Radha and Rangamannar Tamarisa, Padmaja Vasanta, Ratnakar and Vaidehi Modekruti, Radha and Bharat Rajappa, Prasanna and Dharam Vaishnava, Kiran and Swati Miriala, Kiranji came back all the way from Bharat, from Hyderabad. Manjula and Krishna Chokkarapu,
And the last one, Ranga Kandala and Aparna Tamarisa.
తీసుకొని మళ్ళీ పద్మజ కరెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి ప్లీజ్. వాళ్ళు లేరు కానీ ఆయన ఎప్పుడు మెసేజ్ పంపించారు. నేను ఐ రిసీవ్ ఇట్ ఆన్ దేర్ బిహాఫ్. మీరు చెప్పండి.
We would also like to thank one of the grand sponsors for the Alok event, Fairmont Healthcare, O'Neill Group and Family. He was here earlier tonight, but had to leave due to a family circumstance, so we would like to thank him. Thank you.
He texted me that he's. అవునా
Jai Shri, thank you very much.
We're just waiting for a few seconds to get more Pavitra Malas, but in the meanwhile, we do have Giridhar Krishnamacharya ji, and we also have Fanindra Kondapi. May I remind everybody that tomorrow we have the Shri Sita Ram Foundation Dashera Diwali Mela event at the epicenter in Rosenberg. The event is between 2 and 8 p.m. If anybody here does not have a ticket for tomorrow's event, please see us at the front desk and we can help arrange for that. Anybody who requires a ticket for tomorrow's event, please see us at the front desk in the lobby and we can help you with that.